So welcome everyone. My name's Ruben Miller. I'm the product owner for ThinEdge. So we have some exciting news that we've dropped the version 2.0 last month. So what we have is, the version 1.0, we laid the foundation for strong device management, because that is the kind of the core to be able to build upon future solutions. So you need to be able to do reliable updates of your device, install new software, and then install the new software that we now provide by 2.0. So we've extended our scope to go past like the device management functionality and really look into doing like data management. So there's a lot of synergies with all of the previous two sections where we're doing MQD service connection. So of course, yes, we support that now. So you can establish a direct connection to the MQD service. You could establish a second connection, so you could actually connect to multiple MQD services to still do your device management, or all in one connection. So all of that enables then being able to then use all these new features like the data preparation layer, because you can then publish all the data you want and then decide where you do the data preparation, on device or then in the cloud. So with exactly like the data preparation, so there is now in the cloud, there's a great new kind of framework where you can run JavaScript or smart functions. So exactly like you can do in the cloud, you can actually do this on the device as well. So there's a lot of synergies in the concepts. There's a bit of portable JavaScript code that you can execute on the device. So all of this makes it for a very seamless kind of transition. And then you can decide later where you kind of run this kind of logic. So with all of that, you also get the benefits that, so you can use it to write kind of OT protocol adapters. So one thing that I'll demo shortly is actually then how to write a Sparkplug B prototype, or sorry, a protocol adapter to then convert that and then push it to the cloud. But since we've also had like the foundation of the device management functionality, we also want to continue then adding new features as we go. So we also added the extension for configuration plugins. So you can now go beyond file-based plugins for management of file-based configuration to anything else. So whether it's REST API or doing whatever kind of random calls that you need, you can easily create a plugin now. So with that, I want to jump to a demo because I like to see, showing things live and it's not just all magic. So here in Cumulosity, I have my gateway device. So this is a real device. It has AB updates, everything available. But like any gateway device, you want to be able to connect it to other things in the network, because the gateway is really your gateway to connect to the cloud. So you might already have existing devices, like it's quite common. Some PLCs will actually have Sparkplug B adapters, which are already publishing the PLC data locally in the network in the Sparkplug B format. So that's what I want to demo. So here we go to the child devices. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So here I have a representative of a child device, which is a CNC machine. So if I just split that into a different screen, on the left side, so there's still the same device. Left side is just the main device, and the right side we want to kind of envisage or like view the actual data coming in from the CNC machine. So we can see at the moment on the measurement sides, it was sending data at some point, but it's not sending anymore. So it's because I stopped the demo. So we want to then represent like, how does this kind of look like? So on the device, I've already installed the capability to make this possible. And of course, my session has expired in the meantime. So if I look here in the software, I've already pre-deployed a Sparkplug B telemetry converter. So that takes the Sparkplug messages received in the local network, converts them to the Cumulosity format, and then publishes it to the cloud. So that's all pre-deployed, and that's about 160 kilobytes in size. You can deploy that to any device because it's CPU agnostic, so it's super portable. But what I also have is because I don't have actual PLC locally, so I've actually created a Sparkplug B device to replicate a CNC machine. So let's actually start that. So again, using all Cumulosity features, there's no magic happening. This is using real kind of simulators. So I give that a sec to kind of connect. Seems to be having a problem. That's all right. I have a backup. Always be prepared. Okay, so we have a simulated device, or sorry, the data on the left side is then velocity. But if then I want to then present, sorry, the data, there we go. So we have data on the right side is the Sparkplug-B simulator, which is then generating all the Sparkplug-B messages, which is showing in the kind of generic kind of format. And then on the left side, we can see the measurements then coming in. So we look at the last minute. We can then see data then coming in there. So it's not only just measurement data coming in, so it's also like alarms, events. So if we have a look at the event side, we can see, for instance, when you have some Boolean data coming in where the door is closing, open, but also alarms. So if we look at maybe some of the cleared alarms, that we can also see over time that there was an emergency stop coming in, hydraulic pressure was above like a threshold or something. So all of that data is then being transformed seamlessly then into velocity. You can use all the nice velocity kind of visualizations to then kind of format going, well, when did I have an alarm? So let me make that bigger. That I can see when the alarm was kind of set. If I can click on the right thing. So let me just get rid of a few more things. So you can see the different kind of timestamps. I can see what kind of alarm was active at the different points in time. So all of this kind of provides a very comprehensive way. So the Sparkplug-B is a very, it's quite a complex protocol because it's a stateful, it needs to keep track of what different aliases there are and stuff. So it's really pushing the boundaries of then, for a implementation, but actually generating that with AI was fairly trivial. Because if you have a lot of kind of well-defined specs, then you can utilize all those tools. And then once you have that, you can easily deploy it then to your fleet of devices, and then basically then enable then to connect newer devices that you weren't able to connect before. And all this with writing very kind of portable JavaScript logic. And all of like the deployments as well. So you get like container management and all that kind of stuff is available. So let me just jump back to the slides. So with, just in case if you're not familiar, so Comolossi has a tech community where you can read a lot of nice articles, whether it's just general kind of device management things. So we have a nice IoT talk about where it goes into the nitty-gritty details of robust firmware over-the-air updates, to interactions with Siemens S7s, but also we in the thin edge kind of space we also have a lot of community events. We also get then where you can present and present maybe your gateway or new ways of using thin edge. So if you're interested in any of those kind of presenting at any of those talks, please reach out to us. And because the videos will be then made available later on, so you can have a look there. So I think that concludes my section. So I'll hand over to Nick to talk about the new streaming analytics blocks.